Jesus said, love your neighbour, and that is what Christian organisation called Neighbour are doing to help the global church. Neighbour provides churches with practical help and resources to equip them to better love their neighbours and transform their neighbourhoods. Their global goal is to partner with 35 nations and help 35,000 churches demonstrate Jesus' love in a tangible way to over 3.5 million people. Today we're going to be talking to Jeff Baxter, OBE, who is Neighbour's new UK national leader and has the ambitious plans to increase the activity across the country and help more churches through its programmes. Jeff was part of the British Youth for Christ national leadership team. While there, he founded Reflex, a programme to help young offenders. Reflex offers young offenders non-formal education and support by helping them gain new skills so they can find employment when leaving prison. Jeff, thank you so much for joining us today. How are you doing?
Yeah, really well, thanks, and great to be here.
Lovely to see you, Jeff. Jeff, for some of our viewers who may not be familiar with Neighbour, can you give us a further insight into the organisation and what are its aims to achieve?
Sure. So Neighbour is really about supporting local church to engage with their communities in ways that are going to bring about transformation. So we get alongside local churches, we look at the needs within their area, and we help come up with programs, projects that are going to support those communities and help the church to reach out in really credible but also practical ways.
Can you give us also an insight, Jeff, into the work that you've carried out with the youth in prison?
Sure. So I was involved for around 15 years in working with young offenders, and the project that I set up was called Reflex, and we really looked to put in an outreach worker into every prison that was housing young people in the UK. And part of that role was to organise activities that the young people could engage with that were going to give them the skills to really be able to flourish when they come out of prison. So part of that was about establishing strong relationships and looking at the skills that young people might need. So we used different creative tools to help them explore issues that were real to them and help them to look at, you know, what could their life be? What could it become? What is important to them? The relationships that are important to them, and the keys to success for when they're out that would mean that they had a bit of hope.
Are there any particular testimonies that you can share with our viewers today of how lives have been touched by some of these prisoners? Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, there's a number of stories. One great one for me was a lad that had come in, and we put on a music project, and we had 10 young people come to this project, and we supported them to write lyrics and then record a CD that we were selling to raise funds for a local charity. And this particular young person had come down, and he had been moved onto a separate wing because he'd been suffering with a lot of bullying on the wing that he was previously on. And when he came down and he started to engage in the music, write his lyrics, and it turned out he was a very good MC. And two of the other lads that were down, it turns out, were the two guys that were responsible for bullying this guy. And through that process of coming together, exploring the lyrics, making the CD together, and through him gaining the confidence in sharing his skills and being able to MC on his track, there was reconciliation between the three. A relationship was established, and you know, he was able to overcome that problem that he was having, so much so that they were able to move him back to his original wing, and it just really gave him a great amount of confidence.
Just give us an insight into the importance of neighbours working together and closely in their community, and also what are the plans for the future for Neighbour?
Yeah, so there's the main thing that we're looking at in the UK at the moment is establishing enterprise through churches. A lot of churches will look at engaging with individuals who are maybe not in work, and there's a lot of job clubs and things like that. But one of the areas that we really feel that there's a need is in helping entrepreneurs to establish credible enterprises, because a lot of individuals who are facing worklessness, they have some skills that they want to be able to apply, but they maybe don't know how to set up a business on their own. They maybe don't know how to engage an audience, how to take their product to market. And so we've developed an enterprise course, a 7-session course that churches can engage with. And it's about bringing people together that might have an idea or want to have an idea of setting up an enterprise in their community. And it takes you through the process of developing a business plan, and then those individuals can get the support of other kind of individuals who have knowledge and skills in business within the church, can give them support. And we ask the church to also give some space so that they can provide some office space, for some co-working space. And we're seeing some amazing results. Just before Christmas, we saw our first 4 businesses launched. We had another business launch last week, and we've had 22 churches sign up to run the course by the end of the month. So we're really seeing an appetite for people to engage with those that are workless in their communities, because worklessness has such a negative impact on families and on communities. We want to, believe in people and help equip them to be able to set up a business so that they can be financially stable and their families can flourish.
Sounds like a wonderful organisation. Just want to say, Jeff Baxter, OBE and Neighbours' new UK leader, thank you so much indeed for joining us.